What is up, guys? It's Team Movements right here, and a lot of us in our team, the reason why we've seen a lot of our videos lately is because we're all deck building. Ever since the release of G1 and looking at G2 and especially looking at Fire Collection, we're all trying to come up with new ideas for new decks, just looking at the generic support for all these decks. I came up with a new idea with Kagero. It's not going to be a cross video. It's gonna be
Thank God. We totally need more cross videos.
We need more. By the way, guys, I'm gonna make a revival for the rebirth soon. But this is gonna be a deck reply for Dragonic Blademaster. For a long time I'm trying to see what grade 3s work with Dragonic Blademaster, but let's start off with a deck profile real fast, and we'll get to the combos and plays that you do with this deck. Starting Vanguard is Dragonite Psycho Beam, Dragonite Saga Death. He's really good. Came out in set 14, very underground starter. A lot of people don't know about him. He's really good. I played him for the longest time in my pure Perdition build. His skill is this: when a unit's retired on my opponent's side of the field, I put them into my soul. My opponent chooses one of their rear guards and they retire them. He's really good with those Calamity Tower plays. That way you can, use Calamity Tower at grade 2. Sometimes you don't want to use your what's it called again? Gallon Claws too early, and it's just you don't want to use the Gallon Claw because you want to save it as guard. And then this is just a booster, and not only that, I do not. If you can tell, even in my cross, I'm playing Fargo right now. I'm not a fan of 4K starting Vanguards because honestly they don't apply enough pressure, and I don't like that. I don't like my opponent just putting a 10K for no pass. But really good starter. But let's get on with the grade 3s. Grade 3s is 4 Dragonic Blademaster. He's actually for a long time I did not like him, but I picked up 4 when we bought our boxes, and he's actually not a bad unit. His skill is this: Generation Break 2. He gains 5K and a crit every time he attacks. So if you have even your starting Vanguard, he'll speed swing for 21 with a crit. So your opponent always has to constantly guard him.
Do note your opponent has to have less rear guards than you do.
But it's Kagero. More than likely, they have less rear guards.
Filthy fucking Kagero.
It's not that in this deck. It's really not that hard to have more rear guards than your opponent. Remember, guys, Kagero's the original control deck.
Does he have an on-stride unit or?
He has an on-stride ability. His on-stride ability is when you stride over him, Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire. It's anything. It can be in the back row, it can be the front row. That's what makes Kagero a little bit better over Narukami. Narukami massively retires, but Kagero is control retired. You get to pick what to retire. And a good Kagero player will always know what rear guards to hit and when to hit them. You can make it more devastating on your opponent. I've been trying to figure out what other grade 3s to play with him, and right now I honestly think the best version of him is with Dragonewt. Just because Dragonewt also retires, you can play him with what's his name? You can play him. You could play Dragonic Blademaster with Dauntless in case you want to break ride. But thing is, you want to ride him first, so that way you can build your 5K and a crit and use your stride break ability, because you don't want to be stuck at Dauntless and it messes with your grade 1 space, because that means you gotta run delimiters. Same thing with Dauntless Reverse. It's not bad since he retires grade 1s, and honestly, when you're cross raiding, your opponent can never want to pass you because you're gonna hit because of his skill. But I like Dragonewt. If you don't know what Dragonewt does, he's my favorite of all the Kagero units. The skill is this: when you're in Legion, Counterblast 2, retire a copy of on the Vanguard circle, so it includes him and his mate. Retire up to 2 rear guards from your opponent's side of the field. Retire up to 2 rear guards on your opponent's side of the field, and they take 1 damage. You can only retire grade 2 to lower. And for every unit that's retired, he gains 3K. That includes even when he's not in Legion. So he's honestly one of the more powerful Kagero units that's been out. He's my favorite just because he puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. You can put him to 4 to 5, you can put him to 3 to 5. It helps when you're losing. You can catch up to your opponent with damage, and it gives them a damage that you don't want to take. Grade 2s, I play 4 of the mate. They're just toolkit attackers whenever you control Perdition Vanguard. Honestly, you don't really call them to rear guard. They're just there as bullets for Dragonewt skill. The other grade 2 is, I'm not a fan of a lot of the Generation Break cards because they all require that you have to be at grade 3 and you have to have stride to use their abilities. So I'm like, alright, how can I retire early? I do not want to play the other cards because they're all Cannon Blast too. Menace Laser, what makes Menace Laser really good is that all you need is a Perdition Vanguard. It's not that hard. You have Dragonewt, his mate, himself, Cannon Blast 1, retire anything.
Yuck.
In the same column as him.
Yuck.
So you can do some really good combo plays with your starter.
Yuck.
I'm playing 3 of the Generation Break 1 guy. He's really good, but early game he's not that amazing. But late game in mid game he gets really good because you can start controlling your opponent's field. His skill is when you're in Generation Break 1, when his unit's boosted, Cannon Blast 1, retire any unit on your opponent's side of the field. Really good, that way you can get rid of their intercepts. And finally, I'm playing 2 of the Generation Break 1 12K attackers. There's a reason why I'm playing these. I will show you when we get to the grade 1s. It's just a 12K attacker when you're at Generation Break 1, so you can put them in any Kagero deck. Grade 1s, I play 4 of the damage on flipping Perfect Guards. If you're not mixed with Perfect Guards, don't do 2-2. That's a really bad idea. You either play all 4 of one or all 4 of the other. That's pretty much how you should play Perfect Guards. This deck, who cares if you about the cross? This deck cannot blast too much. You want to unflip damage, and not only that, you don't really care that much about your rear guard.
Ew, there it is.
Oh, this is the one that I've been play testing, and my friends have been getting really pissed off at this one unit. A lot of people don't know what he does. He is the Kagero Bruno. So good. Yep. That's the reason why I play the 12K attackers. His skill is this: whenever units retire in the same column as him, he gains 3K. So when you have the 12K Vanguard, 12K attackers, they become 22K columns. And say you don't have a rear guard, you retire everything in that column, you gain 6K. Such a good unit. A lot of people don't know about him. Like, why don't you know about this unit? This card's amazing. Reason why I didn't play him in Perditions was just because the grade 1 space was really tight. But with this deck, like, it's so flexible with the grade 1 space. I love it. And it took me a while to come up with this. I played 2 of the grade 1s that pay for stride. And not only that, you can also use his other skills to search for Blademaster, because honestly you want to ride Blademaster first, just because you want to start using your on-stride abilities. Because his skill is when you call to rear guard, reveal a grade 3 from your hand, add Blademaster, and discard a card from your hand. So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be the grade 3 that you reveal to your opponent. I played 2 of this kid just to unflip damage. It's an amazing unit that came out in the set. I actually have a few ideas with him. I'm going to be doing a revival for Dawn's Reverse and for Vague. This card really does a lot for Kagero. For a deck that suffers from Cannon Blasting, his skill is this: whenever you retire a unit, you can put them into your soul, unflip 2. So, say he was boosting your Vanguard. You use him. Then you can combo with him, put him into your soul, unflip 2 damage, and you have another one on the other side. Now you have plenty more Cannon Blast. It helps this deck so much, this unit. And not only that, he combos amazingly with Calamity Tower. You don't mind building your soul and just Calamity Tower, Soul Blast 2, draw. Soul Blast 2, draw. And with Legion, you can put these cards back in your deck, draw them again, do it again. Amazing units. Honestly, Calamity Tower has just been a great card. And that way, when you want a Legion, whatever you Soul Blast, you can pick. You can pick your starter, you can pick the Gatling Claw, you can pick this guy, you know, a lot of things you can do just to prepare for Legion. Triggers, obviously, you play 4 Gatling Claw, pretty much the best draw trigger in this game. I play 8 different crits, confuse my opponent, that way they don't know what's my crit ratio. They might think I played more than 8 crits.
It don't confuse nobody.
Some people are stupid.
Meh.
And then I play 4 heal triggers. And I play 2 of the best heal trigger. Agafia. She has saved me more games than all my other heal triggers together.
Meh.
I might put 4 of her back.
Meh.
He's a little salty because I double healed on him a few games.
Screw you.
I play 4 Muhammad. His skill, he combos amazingly with
he says 4, but he put 2. Gotcha.
My bad. I play 2. You play 2 of him because there's other strides that you want to play. His skill is when he hits, just retire a unit. He just has to hit, which is amazingly. And also, guys, for you, some people don't know this. Remember, when you stride, your Vanguard keeps the same name. On my cross deck, I'm actually now playing Fargo. I do a combo play with I put Fargo into the soul. Because remember, he's considered Dragonic Ogre on that stride. So you can call Calamity Tower, Soul Blast 2, and when he hits, you can retire 2 units. But he's an amazing unit, and striding is just amazing. I play 4 Roof Flare Dragon. Like honestly, he's pretty much 1 SP. But honestly, this unit's amazing. Like the
show his best friend.
His best friend
is
this grade 1. When you retire something, you want to call both of them out. So when you use this skill, this becomes a 13k column. So even with a grade 2, this is swinging for 21. This unit is amazing, guys. Honestly, I feel like this deck is a little bit more powerful than the Cross just because the sheer numbers and field control. It's amazing. And with the Blademaster always consistently have a crit, it's so good. I love field control. This deck, honestly, it's doing what Gear Chronicle kind of failed at. And finally, 2 Atmos. Why 2 Atmos? Because late game, when you know your opponent has no perfect guard, counterblast 1 since you're always flipping damage. Swing for 41 and win the game.
In Gear Chronicle defense, it only does have 1 damn set of support. It'll get better. Kagura's been around from the beginning. It better be doing shit good at last.
That's why we love Kagura.
Filthy fucking Kagura.
Kagura, best clan ever. All right, guys. So this is my Blademaster deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe. Team Movement sign out.
Filthy Kagura.